Okay, so this is some of the stuff that I got in from Amazon that we're going to install in the boat today. Um, I'm not endorsed by any of these people, any of these companies. This is just stuff that I found. I've done some reviews on stuff, and this is what I came up with that I felt was going to be the best value and the best performance for what I could afford at the moment. So we've got the Noco Genius Gen 5 X2. So it's a 10 amp 2 bank charger, 5 amps per bank. We're going to put that up here in the front for these batteries, as we already have a charger back there for those 2 batteries. Of course, then I've got my marine grade soldering connectors, end connectors. I've got battery lug terminals, heat shrink. I've got this heat gun for doing all that. Usually I use a butane torch, but this is supposed to be a little bit better to use this and not burn. So we're going to try that out. Of course, got our battery lug tool there, make it a little easier. Trying to use pliers and all that never really works out. We've got our waterproof connectors. They'll go through the hole in the back, just above the transom. That's where I'll run my wires that go up to the front. Right now they just have them laying out and the lid was closing on top of them. I don't like that. Then we've got our pass-through connector, so I'll mount that up here towards the front. There's already a cord in the back for the other charger, but this will go for the front trickle charger, so all I have to do is plug my extension cord into it and I'm good to go. And then of course I got the 2 battery trays to put in the back to keep those batteries from sliding on that aluminum plate that's down in there. Eventually I'm going to grab 2 more of those and I'll put those up here in the front. That way if any of my batteries start leaking, it's not going to just go right into the carpet. It'll collect it in that tray and I can clean it out. So I'm going to start getting stuff set up. Okay, so today what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start back here where we left off. And I've gotten now my marine grade heat shrink connectors. I'm going to go through and I'm going to replace all my connectors back here with the marine grade, get them heat shrink down. That way they've got a good waterproof connection, help with all my corrosion, all that. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to start replacing all of these. And then once I have them replaced, then I'll get back on here. I'll go over what I've done, any changes I've made, and then we'll start hooking stuff up and see if all my connections are good, get our battery trays put in, and then we'll get the batteries put in, hooked up, and hopefully tie up this back end today. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've replaced my ends that needed to be replaced. There are a few that I left on there, like this negative, it was fine. This positive was fine. I redid this one, this one. All the ones to the charger have all been redone. Made sure my positives going up to the front. Made sure I had the reds on those. That way I knew they were my positives. So anyway, I've got those all tied up now. So we're going to put those out of the way. And now we're going to go and we're going to put in the 2 battery trays that I bought. There were no holes down there that matched up with anything, so I'm going to have to drill some new holes and put those in. So I'm going to do a quick time-lapse video of me doing that. Okay, so now we got all that hooked up back there. All our wires have been fixed, hooked back up, new batteries in, battery tray. We had tested the charger, so we know the charger was working. So now we're going to come up here and we're going to see what happens. Turn the key on. And we're showing 12 volts. Lights are on the dash. Let's see what the bilge does. Okay, so the bilge is running. Come over here and we'll check the aerator. And we'll check our not sure what this one does. It says auto and manual, but it doesn't have anything on the top. But I'm guessing it has something to do with the live well since this one's the aerator. So there's probably an auto and a manual on that. And then there's an auto and manual on, there's probably the fill for the live well. Then over here we got our anchor lights. You can't see them, but they are on. And then on the back, my navigation light is on. So it looks like we've got everything hooked up right. I will run a jumper from the back up to the front battery, and I will test from my negative of my first battery to the positive lead going out to the trolling motor. I will test that, and I should get 36 volts out of those 3 batteries, and that should tell me that I've got power going to my trolling motor. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching Bayless Outdoors. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.